Emma sat on the couch, her fingers lightly circling the rim of her teacup. Soft morning sunlight streamed through the curtains, casting a golden hue on her and James. After nearly 10 years of marriage, their life had settled into a rhythm of comfort, mutual respect, and steady love. Mornings were peaceful, James with his newspaper, Emma quietly reflecting on the day ahead. Just as Emma was about to remind James about their weekend plans, his phone buzzed. Glancing at the screen, he smiled. "It's Daniel," he said. Answering Dante had been James's closest friend since childhood, more like family than a friend. He had been there for every major life moment, college, job changes, and even stood beside James as his best man, loyal, generous, and never one to ask for help. After a brief exchange, James handed the phone to Emma. "He wants to talk to you." Curious, she took the phone. "Hey Daniel, what's going on?" His voice was warm, but carried an unfamiliar edge. "Emma, I need a small favor." "I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important." Daniel explained he had to leave town suddenly for work and needed someone to pick up a personal package from a small shop just outside the city. It wasn't urgent, just something he couldn't get himself. And James was busy. Though it was a simple request, something about it gave Emma pause. Daniel was never vague. Still, she dismissed the feeling. He'd always been kind, and she trusted him. "Of course," she said, "I'll grab it tomorrow." Daniel sounded relieved. "Thanks Emma, I really appreciate it." The next day, Emma found the shop a quiet, tucked-away place nestled between a dusty old bookstore and a cozy cafe. Stepping inside, the scent of old wood and cinnamon greeted her. A man behind the counter looked up. "You must be Emma," he said with a nod. Startled, she replied, "Yes, I'm here for Daniel's package." He bent down and placed a neatly wrapped parcel on the counter. It was heavier than she expected. "Tell Daniel I said hello," he added with a faint smile. Emma nodded, uneasy. There was something about the place and the package that didn't sit right. But she brushed it off, trusting Daniel's judgment. Back in the car, the package sat on the passenger seat, plain brown paper, no markings, and oddly weighty. As she drove in silence, her fingers tapped against the wheel, the nagging feeling growing stronger. At a red light, she adjusted the package. The paper crinkled, revealing the corner of a yellowed envelope. A horn blared behind her, snapping her attention back to the road. When she got home, James was in the kitchen. "How'd it go?" he asked. Emma placed the package on the counter, rubbing her neck. "Fine, but weird. The shopkeeper knew who I was before I said anything, and the package, it feels personal. Not like something you'd ask a friend to handle." "Did Daniel say what was in it?" "Just that it was important." As she reached for the package to move it, the paper tore more, revealing a bundle of old, handwritten letters, tied with twine and a partially visible photograph of a woman, smiling softly. Emma's heart skipped. "I think we should call him," she said. James exhaled. "Let's wait. If it's something personal, maybe he wants to explain it himself." Reluctantly, she agreed, but her thoughts kept circling back to the photograph and the letters. Something about them felt significant. Later, they sat at the dining table, the package still in front of them. The atmosphere had shifted. What had started as a small errand now felt like something bigger. James slowly unwrapped the rest of the package. The letters inside were weathered, written in delicate handwriting. Emma opened one and read aloud, "Dear Daniel, I wish I could tell you how proud I am of the man you've become. These weren't just letters, they were from Daniel's mother. Some written long ago, others more recent, unsent, expressing love and longing. Emma looked up, stunned. "Didn't he say she passed away when he was young?" James nodded. "Yeah, he never talked much about her." Beneath the letters was another envelope, this one addressed to James. His eyes scanned its contents, and his face changed. "James," Emma asked gently. He began reading. "James, I never had the courage to say this, but you saved me when I felt alone. I never told you how much that meant." Emma reached for his hand. "I don't think he ever meant for you to read that." "No," James replied quietly, "but I'm glad I did." Daniel had carried these feelings for years, his grief, his gratitude, his silence, never letting anyone in. They couldn't ignore what they had found. That evening, they invited Daniel over. He came, looking like his usual self. But Emma sensed a tension beneath the surface. Dinner was filled with old stories and warm laughter. James finally looked at Daniel. "I never thanked you properly for always being there." Daniel chuckled, a little unsure. "You don't have to." "I do," James said firmly. Emma added softly. You don't have to carry everything alone. Daniel was quiet for a moment. Then, his voice cracked just slightly. I don't know how to let it go. You don't have to, James said. Just let us be here for you. Daniel nodded. He didn't ask how they knew, didn't question it. Maybe, deep down, he'd always wanted someone to notice. After he left, Emma turned to James. Do you think he'll be okay? James pulled her close. Yeah, he said. For the first time in a long time, I think he might be. Emma smiled. That small favor had turned into something far greater, a reminder that love means paying attention, even to the quietest struggles, and, sometimes, the most important thing you can do is simply let someone know they're not alone.